Hey everybody, Jeff Reinhardt here, LMP and Lancaster Online. It's the 2025 LL Football Roundtable, sponsored by Auto House of Lancaster. We left last season with LS. We start this season with LS. It's Javon Brisma.
Hi guys.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Excellent. Okay, what was the off season like coming off, going to the state championship? I'm sure you had some really great memories from last year.
We were still trying to remember the amount of fun that we had getting to the States. We were still sad that we didn't win, of course, but we were just glad to have the best season that we could with each other. And then we started to look forward after the senior class left.
At some point, you had to look around and say, ooh, he's not here, he's not here, he graduated. When did it kind of hit you guys that, okay, this is our team now?
It sort of hit us once football started again. We realized that we can't keep looking back and wanting to keep thinking about what we did last year, and we need to just keep moving on and build the team that we have right now.
You have a new line coach by the name of Matt Filer, who played in the NFL, and he played here at LS. Wondering, as a line guy, just to get some tips and pointers from an NFL guy every day, what's that been like for you?
It's been amazing. He's a really good coach. He teaches us how to stay low, move our feet well, what we need to look at when we're blocking someone. It's been a really good help for us.
Okay, Salanko's coming over here on Friday night. When I say Milk Jug, what's the first thing that pops into your mind?
I mean, last 2 years when I was a sophomore and then when I was a junior, we played there twice and we won both games. And now that I'm a senior playing at my home field for the first game, I mean, it's huge, and I hope we have the same outcome as the past 2 years. We've been playing in it for plenty of years now, and it just means so much to us in the program, and everyone knows about it, and it's just huge. And you get the jug after you win, and it's fun to celebrate with the guys after holding it up and taking pictures with it, and yeah, it's great. We're both solid teams this year, and it's going to be a fight.
Okay, coming back from LS, thanks to the Pioneers. Good to see those guys again. Thanks to Coach Victor Ridenauer for the access. Good stuff. Week one, here we are. The gang's all here. Brian Markley, Christian Eby, Jason Garente, Jeff Reinhardt here. Hope you had a good summer. We were just doing the Spring Sports Roundtable, I think. We're ready for football, so let's dive in. 29 games, guys, in week one. Yikes, we're going to be busy. 28 on Friday night, one game on Saturday morning, just for yucks. Can't break down every one, but for the first couple weeks at least, we're all going to kind of take a crack at a game, break it down a little bit, and we'll give you some nuggets about some other stuff going on. So, teeing up week one, Mr. Markley, you were going to go see Hempfield, Dallastown. Hempfield did not scrimmage last week. That message came across like Friday. Hey, we're not scrimmaging, unforeseen circumstances. So Hempfield might be behind the 8 ball a smidge. Break it down.
Yeah, so, that never really helps. But like you said, we were talking in the room there before, you just never really know in week one. Even if you don't scrimmage, maybe they come out super fresh, ready to go. You never know. But this is always usually a pretty good matchup. Last year, Dallastown won pretty handedly. They were 9-2 last year. Really good squad. Hempfield won the year before in the last 30 seconds or something like that. I believe Jason was at that one. So it's always a competitive matchup. For Hempfield, it has to start with Derek Hatch. One of the two returning LL quarterbacks to throw over 2,000 yards last year. He has the attitude, the fire. Christian did a great story on him recently from Media Day, and it really starts with him, but it's also going to be some of the other key guys. Orion Abrams out wide, Ethan Caldwell out of the backfield. We know they're going to air the ball out. It's going to be what else can these guys do to help catch out. And of course, Jeff, I know you love kickers.
Love the kickers.
Brady Bisco, one of the best in the league, also one of the best names in the league. Yes. It's always a fun non-league matchup, and that's why I always seem to enjoy it. I've covered it a couple times in the past. Jason clowned me for planting my flag on this one early, but it has a special place in my heart. So
there you go.
Should be a pretty fun matchup.
Okay, keep an eye on Hempfield. We'll see if they're healthy or what kind of roster they're throwing out there, but they're a smidge behind. Okay, home game for you. You're sticking close to home.
Yes.
Great game. Lancaster Catholic at Camp Hill, and they know each other really well.
Yes, going back to my mid-pen roots a little bit for this one, and Brian, you mentioned obviously that, when we were talking in the room before we started shooting this, that we don't really know what's going to happen week one. A lot of question marks, a lot of uncertainty, but like you said, Jeff, a lot of familiarity between these two programs, especially last year. Catholic took both games last year, regular season opener, 43-42 in double overtime. And then in the District 3 2A semifinals last year, Catholic pulled out another nail-biter, 27-20. It was up 28-7. Camp Hill charged back, made it 27-20. Camp Hill charged back, made it one-score game, had the ball within 2 minutes left and just couldn't come up with an answer. Teams look a little bit different though. Two new quarterbacks. Camp Hill most notably loses its all-state quarterback in Drew Brandstetter, but Catholic's got Brandon Way coming back, Villanova committing. I think that's all the Crusaders are going to need on Friday. Camp Hill has a little bit of a bruiser coming back as well in AJ Serdar. He cracked the century mark in that district semifinal last year. But Camp Hill, a lot of pieces lost to graduation, including Noah Doy, Alex Long, who were also all-state talents. So I think it'll be interesting to see what transpires.
That'll be a playoff preview, maybe. Knock on wood. We shall see. He mentioned Brandon Way. Jason did our cover story. I hope you picked up our football tab. We have a cover boy every year. We try not to jinx them. Our cover boy this year was Brandon Way from Lancaster Catholic, Villanova commit. Jason did a bang-up job talking with him and doing a great story. Tell the people about Brandon Way.
Brandon Way is the ultimate Lancaster Catholic lifer. I mean, his dad's been an assistant coach, so he's been around the program since he was in 4th grade. So he's been practicing with the varsity since he was 9 years old. So the team means a lot to him, the school means a lot to him, and this is his senior year, so there's a lot of incentive to do everything he can to have some playoff success, because that's really all Catholic's been missing the last few years, is they've gotten to a district final, some semis. They want to win that district title.
That's a great player. Do not miss him in your travels. This is not a District 3 Class 6A playoff preview, I swear.
It might be.
But Cumberland Valley and Manheim Township play like every other week. They will play in week 1 in Neffsville. You're going to that one, Jace. Break it down.
We were talking about it. They played 6 times in 3 seasons, always week 1 and then again in the playoffs. Township's won the last 5.
Amazing.
And that is rare. You cover boys sports in the LL. There aren't a lot of big schools that dominate another big school from the big mid-pen and end their season 3 years in a row, which is what Township has done. I think people are maybe not sleeping on Township, but overlooking them or just sort of forgetting about them. Maybe a little bored with their success because they're always one of the best teams in Section 1. They don't have Hayden Johnson or Declan Clancy this year. They're going to be really good.
They'll be fine.
And I think they go 100 deep on their roster. So you mentioned 27 new
27
players.
new guys who were ready to take snaps.
They have such incredible numbers and depth that it doesn't matter what they lose. They're able to fill those blanks. They have to replace their whole offensive line, but I think they can do it. They have a new quarterback in Jack Kneff, who's a 3-sport kid who's a Division I baseball player and a shortstop. This is his first varsity season, but he probably would be a second-year starter most places.
Easily.
So, and then they have Taylor Vayu, who's a 4-year starter and a nose guard who just plugs up the defensive line. Darius Dixon, who might be their number 1 receiver home run threat. And the guy I'm interested in is Marcos Fernandez.
Yep.
Edge rusher last year, 5'10", 190 edge rusher. It was all speed and quickness and athleticism. Most tackles for losses in Township history last season. History forever is a long time, and that's how long it's been since they had someone like Fernandez on the edge. He's going to be one of their primary running backs this year with the ball in his hand, and that's a role he has not filled in the varsity, so we'll get to see him in a totally different position. So I think the winner of this game is in the District 3 playoff championship hunt. And,
no doubt.
And if it's really close, then I think they both will be.
No doubt. We never worry about Manheim Township. There's a list of teams we never worry about. Township's on there, Cocalico's on there, etc. Wilson probably.
Hey, just remember, no 100-yard interception returns.
102-yard
100 yards. There's no such thing as a 102-yard play. Okay, I drew the Milk Jug. Ready? Milk Jug. There's 3 trophy games this week, and the big one in Lancaster County is the Milk Jug. Solanco at LS. I could go on and on about the Pioneers. We all know what they did last year. Section champ, district champ, state finals. And then they lost some really good guys, let's be honest. They lost some all-state kids, and they lost a player of the year in Class 4A. So we were at practice this week. They looked a little different, but they also looked like LS. They were doing LS things, and they had some big guys and some fast guys. LS is probably one of those teams we never really worry about. They reload, but they're going to look a little different. They play Solanco. Mules have gotten a lot of preseason pub, if you haven't noticed. They got the whole gang coming back. They're going to be pretty stacked. Johnny Garcia, the fullback, really good. Speed guys on the wing, Bard, Burgos, Wise, Miller, tons of speed. Chase Sensenig took plenty of snaps last year. He's a pitchman kid who can really make plays. Great defenders back. I think they have 9 of their top 10 tacklers back. Wow. So Solanco's going to be really good. Big test here. They got to go to LS behind enemy lines with the Milk Jug in the stadium. And I think LS has won this 3 years in a row. So Solanco wants it back. This should be a powerhouse big boy game. I'll go ahead and call it a statement game in week 1. If LS wins, hey, we're still LS. Look out. If Solanco wins, hey, we lived up to the preseason hype, and we're going to be really tough to beat moving forward. So don't miss the Milk Jug on Friday. That should be a lot of fun. I will see you with that. Jason will see you at Township. Christian will see you over in Camp Hill if you make the trip.
Across the river.
Brian will see you at Hempfield. Anything else for the good of the order, gentlemen? You ready for football?
I am. I
Jace?
just wanted to mention this is a football show, but we've had a ton of coverage of every sport
Yes.
on LancasterOnline.com
Yes.
because we had every team and every sport in here for Media Day.
Yes.
It's been wall to wall. Girls tennis, golf, boys and girls soccer, field hockey, cross country. We've had it all covered more so than I think any other season in recent memory.
Yes. Scour the pages, Lancaster Online, please, for all things fall sports. Tyler did an unbelievable job with the videos and the interviews. Everybody had a blast. But for coverage purposes, it's football time. Hope everybody's ready to go. Enjoy week 1. Stay tuned over the weekend for a ton of coverage. Our games that we're covering, and I'll be at E-Town Cocalico on Saturday. Stay tuned for that. Jason, Christian, Brian, Jeff, Tyler, thanks. It's the LO Football Roundtable, brought to you by Auto House of Lancaster. Enjoy football, gang. We'll see you next week.